Hello there and welcome to the June 2018 paper. Here we're looking at question 10. Prove from first principles that the derivative of x cubed is 3x squared. Now first of all, what you get in the formula booklet is this little formula here. dy by dx equals the limit as h tends towards 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x over h. So let's apply this formula. In this case here, the function that we're referring to is x cubed. So when I say f of x plus h, it's going to be the input of x plus h instead of just x, so it's x plus h cubed. So let's now apply this. Let's leave the limit alone until we get right to the end. So the limit as h tends towards 0 of x plus h cubed minus x cubed over h. Let's now expand the brackets and simplify what we've got inside the brackets before we think about doing anything with the limits. It's going to be x cubed plus 3x squared h plus 3x h squared plus h cubed minus x cubed all over h. Now what we should do is simplify the x cubes because we've got one positive, one negative. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite all of these fractions as being all over h independently. So 3x squared h over h plus 3x h squared over h and plus h cubed over h. Let's now simplify these fractions. So h will cancel out with h. One of these h's will cancel out with that h, and one of these h's will cancel out with that h. So it's just h squared. So it's going to be a limit as h tends towards 0 of 3x squared plus 3xh plus h squared. Now we're going to do the limits. So now what we need to think is if the stuff inside the brackets where h tends towards 0, if h becomes very, very small, what will happen to the things inside my brackets? Well, the 3x squared part, let's do that bit first. If h becomes very, very small, it's not going to affect the 3x squared part. Let's do on to the next part, 3xh. If h becomes very, very small here, it's very small down towards 0, then this will effectively tend towards 0. And h squared, that's going to tend towards 0 very quickly because anything that's close to 0 being squared goes to 0 very much quicker. So that's definitely going to tend towards 0. So therefore the answer is just 3x squared. It's the only bit that doesn't have a h attached to it where the h will tend towards 0. So there we are. That's the answer for this question. That's 4 marks for this question 10 here. Let's now move on to question 11.